So a far-left DA facing backlash over the fatal stabbing of a 41-year-old mom at a bus stop. As internal emails reveal, he was warned about the illegal migrant suspect, a violent offender with more than 30 prior arrests, but still released him before the crime. Back in November, police emailed, quote, "Mr. Jalloh is one of the repeat and violent offenders we discussed. I wanted to get your background on why he's out so soon. Unfortunately, based on the numerous dealings with him, it is not a question of if, but rather when he will maliciously wound or worse again." Jonathan Fahey served as acting ICE Director in President Trump's first term and joins us now. So you get this email where they lay it out. They warn them that this could possibly be the end result, but there's zero response.
Yeah, that email is really chilling when you see what happened just last week when this woman was brutally murdered in Fairfax. And a couple of things that stand out over the email. This email was sent by a high-level person in the police department. It was certainly intended to convey the fact that nothing had been done about this guy despite his numerous arrests, and the fact that they wanted something on record that they had been calling out to do something about this guy because he had 40 prior arrests, and he also had over 100 contacts with police department. He was known in an email in May of last year. They emailed the Commonwealth's attorney to say he's known to stab people. In August or July of that year, they sent a similar email saying, we want to go forward with the case even though we can't find the victim. And cases were repeatedly dismissed. And this is so horrible because it's entirely preventable. But what makes this even worse, this Commonwealth's attorney, this isn't like the first time something like this happened. Just in December of last year, an MS-13 member, murder charges were dropped against him. He was also an illegal alien. He was released back in the streets, turned over to ICE. 3 days later, he was charged with murdering someone else. So this is a pattern and practice, and unfortunately and horrifically, people die because of bad policies, and this is a prosecutor that's more interested in pushing a progressive agenda,
100%.
A victim-first, criminal-last agenda.
So this is what the prosecutor's office had to say to the district attorney. Abdul Jalloh was known to our office, and we were acutely aware of the risks he posed to the community. Unfortunately, the defendant in this case also had a history of selecting victims with no fixed address. In multiple cases, we were unable to move forward with prosecution because victims could not be located or contacted. It is your job as a prosecutor to do the hard work. Go find them. You have a whole team of investigators. Sit on the location until they come out. This is such a terrible excuse, right?
Exactly. And if it was a one-time thing, fine. But this is a repeated practice of this happening. And if you just go back to July of last year, somebody tried to abduct a 3-year-old from a mall in Fairfax County. That person had 30 prior arrests, and over a dozen cases have been dismissed by the Commonwealth's attorney. So this was not a one-off. And again, you're right. When you have a motivated prosecutor or motivated detective, they can find people, and certainly you're not going to strike out 30 and 40 times in a row. So, yeah, this is a horrific excuse. But if you look at his platform, it's all about putting the criminals first, victims last, not cooperating with ICE, things of that nature, and we have a dead woman that should be alive today because of these policies.
I want to see the record in the appeal made to the court, to the judge saying, this guy can't be out. Because that's what prosecutors do. When you have a violent offender, it's put an email of the police saying, look, this person's going to kill someone, in short. Where was the prosecutor going to the judge and say, this guy is a risk to society? He should not have bail. They should be remanded until we have a trial or we can locate the victims.
Well, that's another great point, because this prosecutor has a no cash bail rule, meaning he's routinely agreeing to let violent criminals out on jail. And so many of these offenses, he was out on bond for other offenses.
Crazy.
And it's just remarkable to me that nothing was done. The effort wasn't there. And you look at that email, and it is almost like sort of a cry for help from the police to say, you need to do something or people will die, and instead they chose let people die rather than do something.
Look at this DA. Terrible. I hope he gets sued by the family because of this, because this is all on him. Something could have changed here. I hope they go after him civilly. Jonathan, thanks so much for joining the program.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.